So for my next KyoAni Who Is video, I'll be focusing on Akiko Takase, the illustrator of Violet Evergarden the light novel, and the chief animation director of its anime counterpart. Sheesh! With that alone, she a goddamn badass. Thank you also for showing a lot of love on my Kana Akatsuki video I made a while back. I promised on that video that I will make a video on Takase sensei if that video got 1000 likes, and you guys really delivered. If you haven't seen that video yet, please check it out in the link down below. So, Akiko Takase, she really fell on my radar when I was researching for my KyoAni 1 year later video. In one article, when it focused on interviewing the KyoAni survivors, Takase stated that she felt closer to her colleagues only when she was drawing, and at home, she sank into a very deep blank state. That statement really hit me in the feels, and I felt compelled to pull up her My Anime list just to see what she worked on for KyoAni in the past. And man, was I in for some enlightenment, cause homegirl a straight up legend. And if I had to describe this talented individual in one word, it would be prodigy. So let's take a closer look on this reckoning force of KyoAni, who was able to oversee and complete 250 drawings in one given day, draws inspiration from gacha mobile games, and had to flex on us one time by saying that she joined KyoAni on a whim. It's time to answer the question, who is Akiko Takase? Takase-san graduated from animation school in 2013. By the way, you guys need to check out her work in college because she was already mad talented for her age. After graduating, she was looking around for a job around drawing but didn't really know what to do. Then her brother, who was very well cultured because he really liked KyoAni, suggested to her to apply to KyoAni. So she decided to apply on a whim, and to her surprise, she instantly got hired. And what was even more legendary was she skipped being an in-betweener and was instantly promoted to becoming a key animator, a role that usually takes 5 to 7 years to reach at top animation studios. And in just 2 years in, she got tasked as the main illustrator of the Violet Evergarden light novel and even its commercials. This rapid progression could be attributed to her obscenely detailed art and her eye for fashion. Naturally, many people around her doubted her rapid promotion within KyoAni, and people assumed that her style of art would not fit well as animation. But homegirl pulled through and did a big FU move through her debut as animation director in 2016 with Sound Euphonium Season 2 Episode 9. That end credit scene by the riverbank, woo! I felt like I was at a family backyard cookout, snacking on auntie's baby back ribs, smothered in some Lily Q's Carolina barbecue sauce. Itadakimasu. From that obscene level of detail to the animation that moved with liveliness, Takase was able to orchestrate this masterpiece with only 6 animators. I want to smoke what Takase smokes, because in a given anime episode, it takes up to 20 key animators to animate. Everybody, say it with me. Nani the fuck? After proving herself as being a masterful animator and character designer, KyoAni gave her an even more impossible task, being the chief animation director / character designer of the Violet Evergarden anime. This seemed like an impossible task for her, with even her senpais taking subtle jabs at her for how many hairlines she likes to draw. Takase even admitted at one point when the first episode 1 key animation reached her desk, she felt a nervousness she has never felt before, because in her mind, she felt like she was the last stronghold to improve the drawings. However, she quickly snapped out of that nervousness and truly depicted her full capabilities and skill set during this project. Like, you could tell how absorbed she was with this project by seeing how she had a hand in everything. Of course, she spent the most time on designing Violet, who she wanted to depict as a working woman and also have the softness and hardness of a bisque doll. She shared that one thing she struggled with Violet's design was her expressions. In the beginning of the anime series, Violet was pretty expressionless, but Takase still had to add some emotions to her emotionless face.
家族は死んだらもう二度と会えないんだぞ。
Okay, I'm pretty sure you're like, no shit, Sherlock. But there's levels to this. Takase's tip here was that she would focus on Violet's eyes and eyebrows. If the face was too expressive, she would reduce the expression in the eyes and eyebrows until she was satisfied. In the second half of the series, Violet started to go through some immense suffering. So Takase started to show more emotions in Violet's face, but not to the point of overdoing it. Because Takase never experienced the level of what Violet suffered through, she would actually listen to dark and depressing music while drawing to really connect with Violet's character. Apart from Takase drawing Violet's 10,000 strands of hair individually, her level of detail was something else. From the pupils of Violet's eyes, to the reflective highlights in the shadows of each character's, Homegirl even focused on the nameless townspeople in the background. And y'all, this is some Miyazaki Studio Ghibli level type of shit, because she came up with the profiles for each and every background character based on different regions and variations in wealth. Well, how be damned. If I was in her position, I would straight up make all the men wear high heels like Benedict, and make him look like a 17th century Shakespearean pimp strutting down 5th Avenue on Winchester Highway like it ain't nobody's business. On a serious note, it's just crazy to see Takase's growth from a fresh grad in 2013 to being promoted to a key animator at one of the most famous animation studios. And in just 5 years, she became the chief animation director of one of KyoAni's most beloved series. Her real life was honestly a great parallel to Violet's exponential growth in the main story, which is really summarized well with Takase's closing thoughts on the Violet Evergarden epic. I wanted to create this story where you will follow Violet's growth, and I was able to grow and develop alongside Violet. I'll be pleased if you paid attention to her and the various carefully depicted characters throughout the series. Please give it a watch. Thank you, Sensei, for adapting Kana Akatsuki's amazing world of Violet Evergarden, and we look forward to what other masterful animation projects you give us. If you guys really mess with these Who Is series, please check out my Patreon. There's even one tier where you can sponsor one of these type videos. I'm a one-man team and I do a lot of research on these videos, so even donating $1 would make a huge difference. Well guys, thank you guys for checking out this video. Until next week, this is your boy Yeman. Peace out.